Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I want to educate you about the Baker Act and specifically why it's important to get the Baker Act lifted even if your loved one is pending medical clearance. So here's the scenario. Had a call from a wife. Her husband was admitted for medical reasons to a hospital, and then they decided to Baker Act him. And there was all kinds of issues with his medical care. And the wife feels like the hospital is doing, really, frankly, a poor job. She's not happy with the way he's being cared for, and she wants to move him. And the hospital is saying, well, I'm sorry, he's Baker Acted. And even though the clock hasn't started to tick because this is an involuntary Baker Act, because he's not been medically cleared, they can still hold him. And they can hold him pretty much as long as they want to, get him medically cleared, and then either move him to a behavioral health unit inside that hospital, or actually put him in an ambulance and transfer him to a Baker Act facility. And at that time, the 72-hour clock will start to tick. And the wife's like, well, hold on a second. He's still receiving medical care. He could be here for several more days. And I don't like the way you guys are taking care of him. I'm his wife, and I want to be able to make medical decisions for him. In fact, not only do I want to be able to make decisions for him, I want to get him out of here and transfer him to another hospital because you guys are not taking care of him. And of course, the hospital's saying, sorry, he's Baker Acted. I know the clock hasn't started to tick and he's pending transfer, but, well, sorry, we're not done yet. Too bad that you don't like it. And so even though the clock hasn't started to tick, the actual sort of assessment period part of the Baker Act hasn't even begun yet. The simple fact is that the wife can't do anything. She can't make any decisions for her husband. And so even though the case is sort of in its infancy because of the medical clearance, this is not only a good time, it's the best time. We want to go into court right now and say, look, judge, he doesn't meet criteria, or if he does meet criteria, we want to be able to transfer him. The hospital's doing a lousy job. They're not taking care of him. They're not listening to the wife. She's basically been cut off from having any contact with him. And she's the one who's best situated to make decisions for him. Oh, and by the way, we're going to make sure that whatever issue, the psychiatrist in the hospital thinks is causing his mental health issue, we're going to take care of that too. But none of this is going to change unless we go into court. And I said that to the wife. We need to go into court so we can restore your right, your legal ability to make decisions for your husband. So even though we are still in the medical part of the Baker Act, we need to go into court. This is the best time to go into court because if they transfer him to either a behavioral health unit or a Baker Act facility, who knows what they're going to do to him, right? I mean, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that the horrible stuff gets done to people. They get rendered catatonic, and now the facility says, oh, got to keep him. And the icing on the cake for this case is that, well, this guy's got really great insurance. So yeah, of course they want to keep him. So they're going to make money. So they're going to bill his insurance for all the medical care. Then they're going to transfer him. And if it's their own behavioral health unit, well, they're going to put him in the facility, and they're going to bang the insurance for all that too. So yeah, I mean, this guy's a potential cash cow. So this is the time to fight. Anytime your loved one is detained under the Baker Act, whether you think it's a good Baker Act or a bad Baker Act, you want to make sure that you always have control, that you can always make decisions for your loved one and be in a position where you can decide what's best for them. But if you don't do anything, if we don't go into court, then this is going to continue. Who knows how long for? I don't know. I don't know what his medical condition is. I'm not a doctor. But yeah, it could continue for several more days, and then they transfer him. So this is a very sad situation, but hopefully we're going to get into court and get into court quickly. But I wanted to share this with you and educate you about what goes on, even with the medical section of the Baker Act. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please post them. I read all of them, and I try to respond within 24 hours. If you like the video, I'd love a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. And please, if you could, subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.